Is the freestyle actually a freestyle? Living a luxury life among fame and women?
That one's a freestyle, bro. I call it freestyle because we freestyled it, but we just polished it, you know? So
Yeah.
I still think it's a freestyle.
So how
I
does
didn't
that
freestyle the 100 thing off the dome. I freestyled the whole melodies and I literally hopped in the booth. You know what happened with that song? You like what it says, that song? I like that song. But you know what happened with that song? All my songs were about women. You know what I'm singing about right now, the era we're in right now, right?
Yeah.
But I felt like I missed the song. I felt like, man, I feel like my album feels empty right now. I feel like I was missing something true. Like I gotta talk my shit, and that's the song I did it in. So I hopped in the booth, put the mic on, and I just started freestyling that shit.
What are you seeing anything in your head? Do you just kind of
Just see my life,
Really?
and you know, with a little bit of fiction on top. Gotta add a little bit, so that, you know, just to make it a little more interesting. But
You are living a luxury life among fame and women, though. I mean, I didn't see many women in your crew, to be honest. I don't want to call you out
yeah,
like
we
that.
got no woman right here, nothing.
No, that's good.
we you know, it's like those movies, you know. You gotta add a little extra sauce. I don't want to. Hey, you know how you call it? Oh, when. What do they call it? I don't want to incriminate myself.
Yeah. There's actually exceptional amount of men with you. There's like so many guys.
Yeah, they always say that shit. Hey, what's up with that Cockfest? You get me? But that song's really true, bro. It really comes from the heart, bro. I mentioned my both of my managers in there. I mentioned some of my bodyguards in there. I mentioned some of my guys in there. It's just my lawyer. I just fucking spilled my heart out.
So really, dude, it's your mom. My mother was afraid that one day.
I mentioned my mom. Yeah, like she always tells me, like every time I go to Mexico, she gets worried. She like starts praying and stuff, and I get worried for her too. Like Mexico's dangerous, so it's dangerous, but nah, you get me? I get her. I just get her. We could go over there, we're good, you know. But I get her how she feels. You know, I gotta put myself in her shoes. You know how they say, like, you're supposed to bury your parents, now your parents bury their kids, you know? And I'm a big believer in that. Like, imagine the pain my mom will feel. She has to bury me. So that's what she tells me. Like, I'm worried, son. Like, I'm worried of you. So when I'm in Mexico, she can't sleep. So that's why I tell her, like, in that song, I tell her, like, I know you're worried, you know? And I know that money don't heal the wounds and the scars and the what do you call it? The injuries. How does it translate?
Greet my boss. Just my mother's afraid that one day I won't come back. That's all my translation.
My mother's afraid that one day I won't come back. And then I say, ya sé que el dinero no cura la herida. Like, I know that money don't cure the wounds. How do you say wounds in Spanish? In English, a better way? Like
the scars.
Not scars, because that's a healed scar. Money don't
Cuts.
cure cuts, you know? Like, I know money don't cure cuts, but I brought you money. Like, you know,
But
like,
that is true, right? Like, you can have all the money in the world, but it's not going to, she's never not going to be afraid for your safety.
yeah, she don't care about the money. She cares about me, you know? So I tell her, like, in the song, like, I know I'm sorry. Like, I'm sorry. Like, I know you're worried for me. I know you're worried I won't be back one day. And I know money don't solve problems, but I just brought you a whole bunch of it, you know? That's what I say. And, like, I say a bunch of other shit that from the heart in that song.
Are your parents proud of you? They have to be, right?
Yeah, man, they're really proud, man. But it's nothing to them, bro. Sometimes I feel like they're proud, and sometimes I feel like they wish I was more with them, you know. But like I was talking to somebody, I forgot who. Someone told me, I forgot who was it, man. I don't want to disrespect nobody, but we were having a conversation, and they were like, "Hey, it's better to not be home doing something good." Like, at least I'm working and doing something.
Contributing to culture and society.
Culture, the fans, like whoever's in need, I could try to help them, you know? Like when my neighbor needs something, I'm there. Any neighbor needs something, I try my best, you know? My parents need something, like ain't nothing ever gonna go missing for them. But, you know, I'm not there. But the conversation I was having is, well, I could be somewhere else in jail too. I could be homeless. I could be not doing nothing and not be there either. That's why it makes me feel a little better about myself. But we gotta, you know, time and family is the most important thing.
That is your number one priority in life.
And sometimes we get so caught up in this that you gotta choose, you know? And that's what I tell everybody. If you wanna really come into this, you gotta sacrifice a lot.
It's true.
You get me? It's not, you can't just come into this and think you're gonna have the best of both worlds. It's a lot of sacrifice to be where we're at. It's a lot of sacrifice.